Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, March 27th, 2025.
It's almost April.
Almost April. It's almost April. How are y'all doing this morning? I woke up and looked at my phone, and I was reading a few things, and then I was like, oh, Mal, I read this thing, said blah, 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 and I sat there for a second, and Mal didn't respond. And I turned over, and I didn't have my glasses on, and I thought she was asleep still in the bed, and I'm like, well, she's got to get up. So I reached out, but there was no one there. Mal had gotten up half an hour ago.
You talked to me when I got up half an hour before.
I did?
You did.
What happened?
I got up out of the bed, and you were like, are you getting up? And I said, yeah.
That happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I was sleeping, I guess.
You talked to me.
Oh. Yeah, that's not something that I recall at all. That was half an hour ago?
Yeah. Well, a half hour before you got up.
So an hour ago. That's great though, because that means I slept. The night before I didn't do a good sleep, because at 6:30 my body was like, just wake up, man, just do it. And I was like, please don't. And it's like, Oh well, sorry. You could have asked me anything.
I'll keep that in mind.
I wouldn't have been able to it's just subconscious. You could ask me where I've hid all the gold.
Can I have a new bike?
Where have you hid the gold? First, you're gonna need my grandpa's leprechaun flute. That's a deep, deep cut for somebody. 13 months from Luna's mama, 23. Morning song. That's fine. Raspberry brownies just for Mal. I'm gonna make them and you gotta ask how. I guess you need a box of mix and maybe some other things. There's tricks to making brownies. You probably need milk. Is there more? I don't know. I'll go to the store and buy the stuff, but will it be today? No, that's not enough time. I made, what did I make? Oh shoot, I was about to be like, I made pudding, but I actually didn't make it.
No, you didn't make it.
But if you wouldn't have been here, I would have. So...
I almost wasn't. I walked in 10 minutes before that stream started.
You know your birthday's coming up.
I do know that. I want to make that London fog cake for my birthday.
Okay, that's fine.
Remind me in an hour to order some culinary lavender. Okay.
Anyway, that was 5,000 bits of gold lining who just wrote raspberry brownies. Mal's birthday is soon.
It is soon.
A little over a week away.
In a way?
No, a little over a week away.
Oh.
A little over a week in a way. We're very laissez-faire with the calendar around here. Yeah, I'm gonna not make raspberry brownies because you want London fog cake.
I do.
But that doesn't mean you won't ever get them.
Okay.
I'm also not sure you want me to make
Is it time
these.
for the air filters to be changed?
No. No. It's not. I have that reminder that comes up that it hasn't come up yet. It's fine. Trust the process. 33 months from Sacodamus. 300 from Furious Kitty says, just shared my wisdom in Tunic. Such a cute game. Now I gotta finish watching the VOD. It's a good VOD. It's a good VOD. It's longer than I thought it'd be, but it's good. I might get Mal to try that out. Maybe tonight. Just boot it up and try it out. We finished playing Disco last night.
We did finish Disco.
And the only thing I'm going to say about it is thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Yeah, I did too.
But if you have not played it and you're interested in playing it, do not play it on the Nintendo Switch. Mao and I experienced the game crashing at bare minimum 30 times. It was
and if you know
dreadful.
The game, some of like the really big parts that happen where you can't save until that thing is done, we'd like finish that conversation, and before we could save, the game would crash and we'd have to do it again.
That happens so often.
So often.
Like, Mao and I, it got to the point where when we were getting into long conversations, we were like, and then we would get to the end, and it would either be like, oh, it worked, or sometimes we would just both swear because it would just crash. Sometimes, 2 different times it crashed during saving. You know, it's like, it's cool.
Cool.
Super cool.
It's just the Switch version.
Yeah.
But otherwise, game, phenomenal.
Yeah, from what I've read online, this is just what happens with the Switch port. They screwed it up bad in some way. And, like, I guess it speaks to the fact that the game is compelling enough that we pushed through anyway.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas.
I had recommended the game to Thomas, and it was during the Steam sale, so Thomas picked it up. And Thomas played a little of it and was like, I don't like it. And I was like, it's not for everyone. Thomas's reasoning was like, if I wanted to play a visual novel, I would just read a book instead. And I'm like, that's fair. And then I got Thomas's money back because I was like, did you know that you can refund Steam games? And he was like, what? I was like,
there's criteria for it, but you can.
I was like, how long did you play? He's like, 80 minutes. And I was like, it's like, write them a thing and they'll just refund you. And he's like, oh, neat. So anyway, he is a librarian.
Marketing a butterfly isn't complete without Tiny Eddie's peanut butter and herbaceous tomato creamy flakes.
Man, peanut butter, people have been trying to put that with jelly for years, or chocolate. No. Tomato. Tomatoes
and herbs. Italian seasoning, and just put it with spaghetti sauce.
We got some culinarily minded people here. Can y'all make peanut butter and tomato work? Can you make it work? Can you do it? Figure it out, and then report back with photos, please, with photos. Haley says, I could do it. You're up. We're putting you in. Dozen Bits from Alvin Scout says, good morning and good vibes from Florida. Another lovely day means more snack divination. Cassie board the bones, face red, red, the stature, and tub of future. It's peanut butter and tomato. That's how you market the butterfly. Haley says, I don't know why people are so scared. Like, peanut sauce exists. It's beyond me. I still haven't made raspberry brownies. Do I believe I can? Yes, absolutely.
Chaz, do you want a cake?
Chaz, do you want raspberry brownies? Are you trying to find an excuse to make a Chaz cake?
Yeah.
So Chaz will have a cake, but then your birthday is coming up, so you'll have a cake?
Yeah.
So there will just be
Dan
cake.
Dan wants a cake, and if Haley wants a cake...
It sounds like we'll be having 2 cakes a week for the next month.
Correct. I just need to know what kind of cake.
Well, Chaz, Haley, give it some thought.
Like the other day, I was like, I really want to make complicated cinnamon rolls. So I did.
Yeah. I think there needs to be a cake limit. I know that that's not going to get many. It's not going to get me many points with Chaz, but I think that there shouldn't be more than one cake a week. That's too much cake. It's too much cake. I want maybe.
Okay, well, I'll make the lavender cake like in 3 weeks.
I'll have like 2 slices of cake in a week, and that can either be like sectioned out like Sunday, Wednesday, or if it's like we're trying to finish up a cake, it can be like Sunday, Monday. But like I don't know that I want more cake than that. You don't get to limit the cake for everyone. In my home.
Haley says I'll volunteer to move to May.
That'd be fine. And also, it's the other thing to remember is that cake doesn't even have to happen. It doesn't have to happen. I did not have a birthday cake. That's it. We went to a Greek restaurant, and then we came home, and there was cake that existed.
Yeah.
It was the last 2 slices of a cheesecake that we had bought because that's what Josh wanted for his going away party. But also, I live with Mal, so if ever I was like, Mal, I just really want this cake, I don't think we would wait for a holiday or a birthday. I think Mal would just make it, so
I just
fine.
saw Josh.
You did just see Josh.
On Saturday.
We talked about it on Tuesday.
I forgot.
We got 76 months from Cosmic Sorrow, 44 from Sharkstole, and have another snack.
Take the fastest bulldozer to go buy Tiny Eddie's Secret of Whale Buns.
You'll need it to carry the whale buns.
I've seen a whale's buns, and there's no way that you can keep those a secret. 1,000 bits from Goal Line. He says, Tiny Eddie, what my snack for the direct?
The ham! I can't wait the ham!
Could be ham. It's a possibility. Also, Brandon says, so glad that Josh is in his dairy era. Yeah,
He did want cheesecake.
Quick aside, Josh wanted pizza and cheesecake because he's no longer lactose intolerant. Just had like a spontaneous remission, and he's fine now. So he's celebrating that by
eating all the cheese,
ingesting cheese. Mm-hmm. It's just a thing that can happen. So it can happen. It can also come back. He got better. So enjoy it while you can. So when it comes back, it might be worse.
Speaking of allergies, I got to move up to a new vial yesterday.
What was in the vial?
The things I'm allergic to.
Not whale buns.
No, not whale buns. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, or a week ago when I had my last shot.
Yes.
It was real bad. Like, I was, not happy for a couple days.
I would like to bring evidence to the jury that actually you've always been bad after a shot.
Okay, but the one I had 2 weeks ago, my arms were super itchy for, multiple days.
It was worse.
It was worse. And then they moved me to the new vial, which is, 10 times stronger? Sort of, in a way.
10 times stronger than the beginning of the last vial.
Yes.
So it's not 10 times stronger than the most recent.
But it's still more.
Yeah.
And I had no side effects, except being tired.
Which is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't understand. Mal's been doing these shots, and, every week when she gets this shot, she's just out. It kind of ruins your entire day.
Yeah.
Mal gets this shot at 11 a.m., and then within an hour or two, it's just and can barely function for the rest of the day. And I'm like, I'm glad you didn't get itchy and scratchy. Simpsons. Yeah. But you're still
Yeah. That's okay. In a month, I'll be at the stronger vial. And then soon I'll be on...
I'm ready for you to be done.
I know. So am I.
I can't wait for you to finish because it's is sad.
Is great.
I mean, you did the stream yesterday. I felt like you were tired.
I was.
But that's because you were. It's fine. We got 78 months from Houndflash. And it's a game.
Maxim became well known when they released Dust 2, Flabby cell phone for the PS Vita.
Flabby cell phone.
Is that just where like you beat people to death with the cell phone?
Well, it's a flip phone. Like the open, I suppose the open kind.
You can just say flip phone. I don't think we're so old that there's people here that would be like, what's a flip phone?
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the hinge don't work so good anymore.
Elizabeth Maldo, it says, I'm here from the future. I don't have much time, so just remember that this game is being announced in 1 hour, and to stop the world from ending, you need to. I will be very surprised if they announce a PS Vita game during the Nintendo Switch. I mean, who knows? It would be odd because I don't think there's been any PS Vita games in several years. And also odd because it's Nintendo. Actually, that's something I do want to know. When was the last PS Vita game? It hasn't been super long ago. Because there was some stuff even releasing... Don't say 2015. It's new.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. It's more recent than that, I think. I hope. I think.
I mean, Shadowlands has something that's probably more likely. Just Dance on the Wii coming this direct.
Thunderstriker says, I know they made them into like 2019 at least. PS Vita was discontinued in 2019. Okay, that's better. That's still 6 years ago, which I don't like because in my mind is a little more recent than that, but that's better than 2015. Also, they won't announce Just Dance for the Wii. They did that. Remember?
Yeah.
Just Dance 2020, I think, is on the Wii. And that was the last game. No. It was either that or the Grand Theft Auto 8-bit Grand Theft Auto Retro City Rampage. That might be it. I don't know. One of those two. Either way, the fact that the Wii got a game that late is wild. 55 months from Starbloom Faye, 55 from Jesus Saves, 59 from Mysterious Green Thunder. 500 bits from Chill Days. It says, I know you're good at tongue twisters, but have you ever read The Chaos by Gerard Trinite? If you got through even a third of that without stumbling, I'd be impressed. The Chaos. Gerard. How do I show me it?
Show me it.
Show me it. Dearest Creature in Creation.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Have you heard this one? Oh, they're doing the... Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Dearest Creature in Creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear and eye your dress will tear. So shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd. Dies and diet, lord and word. Sword and I don't actually know what sward is. Is that... I've never seen that word. Retain in Britain. Mind the lather, how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague. That's another word I don't know. But be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven oven, how and low. Script, receipt, show, poem, and toe. Hear me say devoid of trickery. Dother, laughter, and terpsichore. Maybe that's how that's another word, I don't know. Typhoid, measles, topsails, isles, exiles, similes, and reviles. Scholar, vicar, and cigar. Solar, mica, war, and far. 1 anemone balmoral kitchen lichen laundry laurel Gertrude German wind in mind scene melpomene mankind. There's so many words in here I don't know. Billet does not rhyme with ballet. Bouquet, wallet, mallet, chalet. Blood and flood are not like food, nor is mold like should and would. Viscous, viscount, load and broad. Toward, to forward, to reward. Other than there being some words in there I literally do not know. That went okay. Oh yeah, did I say Gertrude?
Yeah.
That's Gertrude. I don't know if I said that or not. Neat. English is fun. Viscount. That's another. The words there was like 5 or maybe even 6 words in here I have never even seen in my life. So I had to kind of take a little guess on some of them. I'm heading to the Viscount store. I've never heard of that word. Anyway, that was neat. The words I knew, I think I did pretty good on. I like tongue twisters. They're fun. 50 months from Zimmer CJ. 300 bits from Tokanute. Says, now this is a morning clown. Any clowns that appear in the morning, those are morning clowns. We hit 500 bits from Gamers, 00700. 300 from Screaming Salad Radishes. Says, it's been a little bit since I've been able to watch and wanted to ask, how are you guys doing after Ket passed? Good. We're doing good. There's not a whole lot to talk about in relation to that.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I mean, things are going about as well as they could go. I think the initial shock was very difficult, and then after that has worn off, there's been a faster acceptance to it than Sagan.
Yeah.
Because there's been like this subconscious of like we kind of knew.
Yeah.
So there's initial shock, and then once the initial shock was over, that kind of acceptance that's been building in the background for a year, like took over. If that makes any sense.
It was weird for me to come home on Monday because I had been gone for a few days.
Yeah. And like it sucked when you were gone because that's the first time in over 12 years I've ever been alone in my own home. Mm-hmm. But like I managed. So grief lasts forever. Like it never actually ends, but it gets easier over time. And I feel like we're doing all right, to be perfectly honest. I think we're doing okay. We got 300 bits from Furious Kitty. Says a cake limit is just as bad as a speed limit on the Autobahn. I just think that we should put a cake limit on. Like, if
you don't have to eat cake.
If people
Here's
don't want,
the thing, there can be cake. You don't have to eat it.
It's just cake is so much.
You don't have to eat it though.
I don't want to miss out on the cake.
Then have a small piece and that's it. Give yourself limits.
I'm trying to be reasonable. Mal, that is not true. If there's cake, you have to eat it.
It's the same when you grab like a bag of chips. You don't have to eat the entire full-size bag in one sitting.
I'm way more okay with eating salt than I am with sugar. Like, whenever I'm eating sugar, every once in a while I'm like, it's too much sugar, and then I stop. But with salt, oh my god, be careful. I'll eat you out of salt and home.
I'm glad I don't have a house made of salt.
28 months from Cat Lizard. 8 from Fina Delphinus. 74 from Gadzooks. 28 from Ooh Owl, my dude. 300 from Serial Spooks. Sorry if you already said it, but is there a possible split fiction LP in the future? My sister and I finished it last night. Fantastic game, but parts might make Mao a bit motion sick near the end. Definitely worth playing, though. Just forget you heard that. We're playing it tomorrow. So you are in luck. Yeah, have we got news for you? Yeah, we announced it
Last night.
I think we announced it Tuesday.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, I think we announced it Tuesday. Yeah, we're going to be doing Split Fiction tomorrow. I talked about it yesterday on the Eco stream, But we went to the store to buy it, and you can't because it's 2025 and physical video games are dead.
We did go into a GameStop, and he's like, hey, there's one that's like a half hour away. You could go get it there.
Yeah. So after going into both Target and GameStop, and neither of them having it, and me just thinking, what's wrong with our world? I just ordered it off the internet. So it'll be here tomorrow. But it doesn't say what time.
So hopefully before stream.
It probably will be here before stream. But there is a possibility that it won't. In which case, we'll have the funniest stream. Where we will go live, and the pre-show will just keep going, and eventually people will be like, are we going to play a game? We'll be like, we don't have it yet.
We should do like a stopwatch when we start, and then it runs up until it gets here.
It almost always comes earlier, but
Almost always.
sometimes, we've had packages arrive as late as like between 8 and 10 p.m., so that's fine.
Predictions.
Oh my god. With the window. When do you think the game is going to arrive?
Thomas says the C stands.
We got 65 months from NG Bin. And that's... We got through alerts.
I varnished a bunch of paintings yesterday,
Yes.
and I left the window in my office open because it's very potent smelling with the fumes.
We're downplaying that a lot.
And it got into the 30s last night.
Oh.
My office is very cold.
Oh. Yeah, Mal varnished a lot.
Like 16.
A lot of paintings. And with the new varnish that she's using, it's not... And she's gone. The new varnish that she's using is not an out... Because it used to be she would spray it outside.
Well, then I brought it inside and it still had fumes.
Coffee!
Did you... Yeah, but that's not the... Okay. It's not the same as doing it inside. Mal's new varnish is not a spray varnish, so she does it inside. And, I had went out for a walk, and when I came home, walking in the front door, being downstairs, the entire house smelled like varnish. And I was like, Mal, we're both gonna get dizzy. Like, we need to open more windows.
Well, my hope is that I don't have to do 16 in a row again.
It would be very ridiculous if that happened.
I think if I had done like 16 sprayed, it would have been just as bad and done those outside and brought them in.
I mean, really, we want to live in a society where we don't have 16 paintings to varnish.
Look at the shine on that, though. Look at that. Let me catch the light. Yeah.
Like, ideally, there should be one.
It's really pretty varnish.
Mal's a little backed up on
Getting videos out?
On getting the videos and the paintings out. I trust that that's getting solved.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have one to
varnish.
Do you have one to release soon?
I gotta double check. I don't know offhand. I think so. I think Dan said he had one ready. But I have to grab that from your computer because he puts them on your computer.
You have to ask for it.
I know I do.
Okay.
It's on my to-do list.
Okay.
It was just get these done first, and that's what I did yesterday.
Yeah, I don't check Dropbox unless I know that I'm supposed to check Dropbox. We got 300 bits from Gadzooks, who says, it's opening day. Today's strange baseball name is Tubby Spencer. Of all the nicknames, the last one I would ever want is Tubby. Well, you're in luck, because this isn't a nickname. That's his actual first name. Maybe. It might be a nickname.
Secret Fury says, I want that. Will there be a poster? Yeah, the actual canvas for that sparkler one will go up, and then it'll also go on Redbubble.
Yeah. I know that sounds like there's a lot of paintings, and like there are, but they will be coming out.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the things out of our home. So slowly but surely. Keep your eyes peeled. Or just watch a stream. So we'll be talking about that on the stream, I'm sure. We also had 51 months from Jet Per Hour. Thank you. I don't think I announced it at the beginning of the stream, but it might be obvious. I think I put it in maybe the go live message. We'll be wrapping up in 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes. We'll be wrapping up a little bit early today for the Nintendo Switch Direct. And if anyone hasn't heard, there's probably at least one person here that doesn't know, there is a Nintendo Direct today. You might be saying, but it's next week. Correct. There are both. There is one today, and then there is one next week also. I also hope they announce the Switch 3. Yeah, so at 10 a.m., so in half an hour, Nintendo Direct, which will be like the last... I don't know if it's the last Nintendo Switch, there's too many words. Nintendo Switch 1 Direct, but my suspicion is that it's the last Nintendo Switch 1 Direct. And then next week will be the first Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and then probably every subsequent one will be Nintendo Switch. I'm sure that games will continue to release for the Switch 1, but we'll probably get some like crossover games, like multi-platform. Probably. Yeah. The one next week will be very interesting because they're undoubtedly going to be showing off first-party games that they haven't, and that's just a bunch of fun. It'd be like, hey, look at this, baby! There's a new 3D Mario game. Here's some stuff about the new Mario Kart. There's a new Chibi Robo. I'm just joking about that last one. They'll never make another Chibi Robo game.
I'd really like a new Rhythm Heaven.
Unfortunately, both of those are dead. So you won't be able to do that. Sorry.
New Animal Crossing.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually. Trainer from Daniel Bonin says it's live right now. Yeah, but it's just a waiting screen. The event doesn't start until 10. So, if you'd like to just look at a screen that doesn't move at all, you're certainly welcome to open it up. But nothing will happen for another 30 minutes. So, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. Even though next week's will be like very interesting because it's completely new stuff. I think possibly today's is more interesting because whether they show it, I don't know. It's hard to say. Could be anything. It could be a new Rhythm Heaven. Maybe they've been working on it.
I mean, there's like mini games in the Mario Party that are kind of Rhythm Heaven.
Oh, there's traces of that series.
Yeah.
In games, but yeah, it's been a hot. There's a few somewhat abandoned Nintendo series. F-Zero. Although, it's hard to say that. Like, the Nintendo Switch got the F-Zero 99 thing, which isn't, like, the exact same, but that's certainly better than, like, Chibi Robo or Rhythm Heaven is doing. Tomodachi. Yeah, that's one you don't think about too often. When are we gonna get new Ice Climbers? Where's Kid Icarus?
Where's Odama 2?
God, Odama only released on GameCube, right? So, like, it's technically... Wow. Yeah, you're not going to get Odama 2. Vagabond pointing out, the Switch doesn't have a mic.
We just need another thing to plug into the controller.
Does the Switch 2 have a mic? Or do we not know that yet? I don't know. I'll look for a mic on the Switch 2. Yeah, I don't know if they...
Oh, you know what I hope for today? Because Radio Dread kind of reminded me.
What's that?
Maybe they'll announce a date for Stray Children in English.
Yeah, maybe.
I know they're working on it.
Yeah, that's possible. That's not impossible. That's something that we actually could realistically see today. So, yeah. And Mao and I are both excited about Stray Children, and we'll definitely cover Stray Children, because why would we not do that? And if you don't know anything about Stray Children is from Onion Games, the same folks behind Tulip, Moon.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly Kimura.
Yeah.
It's not the whole team, but it's... Kimura was the one that was responsible for Tulip, though.
Thomas says, if it's out today, will you abandon Split Fiction for it?
No, I'll abandon Eco. Mal and I will stream the game together on Wednesdays. And listen, the second Eco stream will happen at some point. We don't know. I really enjoyed playing Eco yesterday. That was very fun. It was very 2001, but it was very fun.
I mean, so is that game.
Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah. Eco was interesting because having played Shadow of the Colossus, it's like
Yeah.
everything is so similar. The vibe is so similar. Mm-hmm. Like, the structures are the same, the textures feel the same, the movement of the character is almost identical. It's really, really, really similar. So, that's fine, though. Shadow of the Colossus is, I would say, probably an objectively better video game. But Eco is how Shadow of the Colossus exists. They had to start somewhere. And it's unique, it's fun. I've enjoyed it so far. I've gotten stumped a little bit. I got through it, but it took some time, so. But now I know a little bit more, because the game doesn't tell you anything. The manual didn't even say anything. So you just kind of have to figure stuff out. We had 62 months from Layla 3 and 28 months from Meatball 132. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, after I'm done with Eco, I'm going to be playing the Shadow of the Colossus remake, because I've never played that. So, I'm very excited. Eco walked and handheld, I can't say handheld. So Shadow of the Colossus could run and horse. It's true. That's true. So, I have heard of Korobo. It's Chibi Robo spiritual successor being made by some of the original team. I don't know anything beyond like the name. Like I've heard the name, and that's it. Thomas, read the chaos again. Handheld. That happened last night. I was saying something. I don't remember what I was saying, but I could not get a very simple word out, and Mao was just laughing hysterically, and I was like, why can't I say this word? I think it was says. Or said or something. That's fine. Sometimes it just happens. This weekend's going to be interesting because we're finishing up March. Gross. And I'm going to be trying to get like multiple things done and out if I can. I'm using the rest of my Thursday after the Direct to try desperately to finish up the marathon video. It's got some pretty good bones in place right now. Why is that funny? It's got bones. It's got good bones. But I need to meat it up. Gotta put some meat on them bones. The opposite of how bones usually work. It's me, God. Put some meat on them bones. That's what God sounds like, by the way. Hello. Then we also have the March Extras video and the Patreon video. So I'm gonna be busy. I don't even know if I can realistically do all of that. The marathon video has been way more difficult than I thought it would be, and then it should have been. But that's because I made poor choices. That's fine. Did you put the lasagna in the oven? Kez is sorry. I mean,
It's partially his own fault.
yeah, it's a little your fault, but it's mostly my fault.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, ooh, it'd be fun to do this. Ooh, it'd be fun to do this. Ooh, it'd be fun to do this. And like I did those fun things, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I shot this mostly with the FX3. It has to be color corrected. This is going to take forever, and it's just slowly taking forever. It's gonna be great though. I hope that y'all enjoy it when it finally comes out. Vagabond, this is what having it. Well, that's the problem.
That's find something to fill your time.
That's the problem. I do have a backlog. It's called Japan. I was my thought process going into March was like, okay, I've got a few videos I need to do, and then I'll be working on Japan. And then Kepler passed, and I was like, Give me the bird. The universe does not want me to finish Japan ever. So now, and like some of it's still my fault because I worked more on the marathon video than I should have. But yeah, I definitely thought that by now I would be working on Japan, and that is not what happened. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I've responded in kind. Like, in January and February, I made, I think, 5 and 6 vlogs, respectively. But March is going to finish with 3. And April probably will be a somewhat lower number, just so I can do Japan. I gotta get it done. It's been a year, and it's starting to. I can feel it doing the Fallout thing.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's bad. You don't want to feel like Fallout.
Yeah.
You do not. That's not good. That's very bad. Very, very bad. It's going to become a bad word. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're ending early, so I should roll beans early. Because we're going to end in just a few minutes. We got 47 months from Nerdy Revelries. And 500 bits from Brandon the Bicon says, got up way early to make a bingo board for the direct and catch the second half of the show. It's fun to be here live instead of being VOD Squad for once. We always love it when people are here. I think Breakfast Stream is a fun little morning thing. That's the slogan for Breakfast Stream, by the way. Fun little morning thing. It's my favorite thing. Alright, so we've got a few minutes left. I'm going to do something that we don't normally do. We'll do like for like 6 minutes. We'll do like a tiny like Q&A.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about what's coming up first.
Let's talk about what's coming up first.
Uh-huh.
Is it just...
Tomorrow I'm painting in the morning.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. mouse painting. And then tomorrow at 8
night
p.m.
is Split Fiction.
We're doing Split Fiction. But that's it.
That's it.
Tomorrow, it's probably Split Fiction. We don't know. We don't know. Jay Limbeck says, how much of a communist did Disco Elysium say you were? I'm pretty sure it was like super communist.
I don't remember.
I don't know. The one thing that I had read about Disco was someone that's like, I got to the end of the game and the game scolded me for not ever having a position. So I remembered that because that's one of the only things I knew. And so as we went through the game, every time it like asked us to pick sides, I was like, all right, let's just pick sides. So we weren't neutral on things. At the end, I think we got to do the moralist mission.
Yeah.
But we failed every check. So that was cool.
That was real cool.
That was cool. That was neat. It was cool, but like we failed like all of them.
Yeah.
It was fine. What are you guys gonna play for leisure after Disco? So, well, after Disco we played a little Disco. I don't want to spoil anything about the game, but for those that know, and I'll keep this real vague in case people want to play it themselves, but near the end of the game, how do I word this? There's like 2 different paths kind of that you can take in terms of like your party, and we did not know that that was a thing. So when we finished it, and we immediately got online, started reading about stuff that we didn't know, and then we learned that this could happen, and we were like, what? And we immediately booted up the game and just laughed hysterically as we played a little of that. And then the game crashed, so we went to bed. So we're done with Disco. Like I said, I'm gonna have Mal try out Tunic. I don't suspect that that's gonna be something that we sit and play forever. Mal's already decided.
No.
You don't even know anything about it. You're deciding a little quickly. I do know
about it.
What do you mean?
Kyle told me about it.
What did he tell you, Mal? What did he tell you?
He told me about it.
Kyle, what? Kyle, Tunic is the game you don't talk about. It's just be like, it's a really interesting game, you should try it. As opposed to like, man, there's this part where this happened.
He did ask me if I would play it, and I was like, probably not. And he's like, okay, then I can tell you. And I'm like, yes, you can tell me. And then he told me.
So you did this.
I did this.
Okay, well, everyone, just ignore Mal for a sec. Listen to me very carefully. Tunic is one of the most interesting, original games I've ever seen. You might just read that it's like, you know, Zelda and Dark Souls. And, like, that's true. It's true. But there's so much more. There's so much more to it. And I really, really enjoyed it. It made Stephen use pen and paper. It did. A lot of pen and paper. It was very, very fun. I enjoyed it immensely. One of the best games I've played in many years. So try it yourself. And if you don't get to try it, at least watch the playthrough of it, because it's very original and very, very cool. I will talk to you after the stream about what Kyle told you. I think I'll be calling Kyle later. I mean, you asked to be told, but that also that shows how impactful it was, because Kyle felt like he had to tell somebody, and I get that. I understand that feeling. It's also why I want you to try it, so I could be like, did he tell you everything? Because if he told you everything...
No, he did not tell me everything.
All right. Well, I'll probably show Mal a little bit of that tonight. And then the other thing is during the Steam sale, I bought Baldur's Gate 3 because I thought that could possibly be a fun little co-op thing for Mal and I to play for leisure. So it's not something I wanted to bring to the channel because it's long and it's a whole thing. But for fun, I think that would be fun. So I got it on PC. I got to figure out how to set that up. So, have you played Minute? Yes, Minute is great. I have a playthrough of it either on the VOD channel or on Stephen Plays, because I streamed it. Minute's also very original and very, very fun. We got 48 months from our homes. That's a 4. Congrats. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. Because we're gonna play it. We're playing it on the computer, but we're gonna play it on the TV. So I gotta press some buttons.
A couple.
Yeah, I know it's good. There's no part of me that doubts it's good, because it's like it's won so many awards. So I'm sure that Mal and I could probably have some fun with it. Game of the Year 2023, yeah. And it's co-op. I had forgotten it was co-op. I was like, oh, this would just be fun for Mal and I to play, even as single player. And then I remembered it was co-op, and was like, okay, I should definitely do this. So we'll probably try that out soonish. And that's it. Gonna wrap up now. Head over to, I guess, youtube.com/Nintendo. That's where you can watch it. I'm gonna get our stuff set up so Mal and I can watch it and do a little react for the direct, and I'll get that out today.
New Mario Golf game. Calling it. I just looked at the N64 shelf and was like, pick a game.
not that long ago. Less than 3 years ago, I think. So I would say probably not. Unless Miyamoto's nephew, Bill Miyamoto, has really been playing a lot of golf lately. In which case, maybe. Alright, y'all have yourselves a good Thursday. Mal will see you in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for painting, and we'll see you at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for Split Fiction. Don't miss it. It will be a lot of fun. Unless the game hasn't arrived.